a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work and left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We got protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. These Mola worshiping pedophiles wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher. No, am I some pastor or preacher? Was released from prison with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the Golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
A robotic simulation. A robotic simulation. Nah, bro. Woo. Lotion, my hands, I'll fall out.
I do it die for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just lie down. Blue sky but high ground. A crown slash helmet. So my aircraft stealth spit. Can't be tied down or even seat belted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted.
We need some problems, man.
You did the fusions in my eyes,
The
I be
fact,
held
you know what I'm saying?
Think fuck the cause my hand I dealt it.
I'm out. You out too,
in
ain't
the gut of my pelvic. The bus
Huh?
on some ices and velvet shit.
Yeah.
So radiate,
Hey,
keep
Dad,
the
what's
dark
up,
room
man?
well lit. Cause you little
Jack,
goofies
what's
are
going on,
well
bro?
quick. Hot body for real monsters velvet. Body you not for marches of females clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit. To a fly though, haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but we're healer man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm Tuttle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow, I set standards. Catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bruh. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dating space AC, y'all. Buster stuck in the cage, face off. Acting shape to escape, use a fake, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Sebastian Capero, a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lies what your fans get. Your worlds and perils, what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people never get a piece to buy. That don't only go for the pastor. That go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas in back stay standing. You niggas that know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young.
Yep, that's them dumb niggas in them cities and them suburbs. Cali, New York, Georgia, all them worthless niggas. And y'all still sitting up there parlaying with them, kicking it with them. Look who I know.
I'm really down on y'all.
Bunch of no fucking body. No grip and no blood and all this other shit.
About this or that.
BD, I'm just that. No.
Okay,
here with that shit.
Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Bow, Mao, Big Mac, but the earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side eyes. Looking past the shy spot. Third eye gang, straight flash. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops.
I eat pork.
For foes, my
I
heart's
eat whatever. All of it ain't no good.
From the skybox, it got
Drop more vegetables down, fruits.
the fruit with some rose. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blind to the fact that blood, we gon' have this real show. Warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, play king or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should be disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor.
Motherfucker talking about you a patriot. I'm force retired, early retired military. I know that the flag, it don't mean shit just like the Constitution and the government. It only means something if you motherfuckers working. The problem is you got a bunch of dumb racists who are nothing but incubator and cash-attack babies. You got a bunch of dumb Negroes who don't know what's better for them. You got a bunch of goofies all over.
Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black.
Bunch of fake motherfuckers who don't know their history because they were sacked upon and changed and made to fit a narrative that belonged to them. They want to be angry at somebody, they should be angry at the goddamn Zionists with their dumb ass. Yeah, I wanted to be drowned out a little bit because I ain't want to say too much bad stuff. Tiga here, but I hope y'all couldn't hear anything. If you could, well, the cat's out the fucking bag.
Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest,
Make some hot chocolate,
but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no wreck, drill music for real.
Hibiscus tea, that's what
We're foolish with no deal, ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big Mom says come full circle, so vacate the premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black, Mao, or Big Bang, where the earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black, Mao, Big Bang.
Just want to make sure there was no rifles or guns in the, because you know they trip out, you know what I mean? Like little bitches. Guns and rifles made YouTube. Y'all, did y'all know that? Yeah, the 2A community, veterans, made fucking YouTube.
For the conscious minds, y'all.
This is a fact.
And with that on the temple, draw. I had a vision to pass, not yet a circulus round. Created successful reality from a virtual now.
Hip hop,
Stand on my
rap,
scarf, they usurp
low
your power,
riders,
St. Louis sneaks,
La Raza,
hurt you, they
yeah,
smile, all
and
up
prison
in your
stories.
face, all up in your space.
For those who remember.
Talking all bros with dogs with whole trace.
Right.
So I walked out
Like me,
while y'all cross
you know,
full race.
I remember when YouTube started. I was pretty much on everything. I just didn't do nothing on here. Oh, wait. YouTube started, what, about 15, 16 years ago? I forget. Something like that, right?
I've accomplished my inner demons. 490-degree angles guarded by angel of shiny elite angels.
14, 15, I don't know. Yeah, they trip like little bitches. They probably got the people wearing pink and all. I'm nothing against them except for what they're trying to do. You know, and they're too stupid to know better. I wish one of them can of Karens would be in my face and try that flip out shit. I look at them different. I look at them like, my man talking that? It's in my bloodline. I probably won't say that. I just cold knock them over the fucking. I probably send their ass up over the motherfucking catch them up there under there. I got some mitts. I send their ass up over that register. Over the hood of their motherfucking car. I don't register shit with nobody. Fuck nobody on this. I say fuck around and find out. I wouldn't give a damn. My heart was on his last beat. Dead ass.
The jungle I run it, thus the lion conquereth over this numbness. Made a conscious shift, even in darkness the sun lit on you false lights. Don't have to be gold to glitter. Actors with the poppers just for show. Go figure you did. Counter you dangle or gorilla. I'm built like a silverback with hella max than me.
I know it's a little late. Hey, Shot City, Sharon, what's up? Carrie, what's up? What's going on, y'all? My apology. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? Anybody else? How y'all doing? Y'all see the thumbnail, right? Like I said, I got a whole lot of stuff I want to talk about. Ain't nobody talking about the shit. A whole lot of stuff. Even the Grimoire, the Master Grimoire, and Tiamat, and a few other things, Margaret singing. Of course, we're going to finish Claudio Nocelli. Of course, we're going to finish Claudio Nocelli. I'm waiting on a couple more books I just ordered. So I had to go in there today and change it because my card, I had to get another card because some goofy wanted to charge my account. These little dumb motherfuckers around the world, you know, something I didn't purchase. So I had to do what I had to do. And I cursed them. I don't need to hear their voice. I don't need to nothing. You want to fuck around and find out? I have no problem. If you think you're a witch and a warlock and all this other high bullshit in this world, fucking A.
Rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people
fuck around. What they say, FIFO? Fuck around and find out.
Simple as that.
We're in a world with a whole lot of that's going on, right? Do y'all really think that the Palestinians are supposed to lose the way they're losing? Huh? You know, the whole Arab community is a hogwash of bullshit. There's dark Arabs and light-skinned Arabs. You'd be surprised at how many of them know they're Shemitic. And then the other ones who play into the religious dynamic because of murder and killings, beheadings, and they just there to pass their time until the motherfuckers fall. Now, I can't say no names, obviously, and you can't point things out. Y'all have no clue of what's going on in this world and how perverse it is. The other things, how do you think they're being successful? Because you have Palestinians who are Zionists and follow the Talmud. Y'all have no fucking idea. Y'all have no idea how old this shit is. You gotta remember, Zionism started with the fake ass Christians under the Masonic diorama of the Talmud and the fake Jews, based on Herzl and all people. We always say Herzl. How many of y'all know about the other individuals? Remember I was talking about a few of them before? Every one of these fake-ass presidents been Zionists in support of a greater Israel that never existed. A bunch of dumbasses. And they're dark. There's some fucked up things going on. You look at all your people. If you got any family relatives in Hollywood or the music industry, look at the ones who stayed steadfast and didn't go any further. Then look at the ones who got to a certain point. They're fucked up out their wits. They're drugged. They're scared. You know why? Because the people that follow them, they'll never do nothing. And they have to put on a charade in front of you. They got to act like you're unimportant. No, those big fat head motherfuckers walking with them, those are motherfuckers that like to have adrenochrome and fuck little boys and all that. And don't let their religion fool you, wearing that little Muslim sign and a cross and all that shit in their ear and their red nose. Them motherfuckers are bastards. I don't see nobody talking about it, do you? All right. All right. All right. Yeah, I used to hang around them, take drugs to the motherfuckers. I know what I'm talking about. I had an old mammy. Well, she wasn't old. She was fine in a motherfucker in New York. Bring that damn pound of weed. And every once in a while, somebody would drop off. A Puerto Rican brother of mine would rough off an 8-ball for her. And I just give it to her. I ain't paying me for that shit. And she had me hemmed up in that motherfucking penthouse in New York for about 2 days trying to, I don't know. Maybe she was harvesting my seed. I don't know. It was fun. I was young. And she was fine. I don't know if she was Puerto Rican, Jew. I don't know what the hell she was. I know, working my brains out. So, as you see the thumbnail, okay? A lot of people don't know this. And I know some people have come across it and we've discussed it. Yes, that's a IDF soldier, a Palestinian. There are probably with thousands. There are some who lost their limbs, who were targeted because the Palestinians knew exactly who they were. And they're all about the murdering of their own people. Just like here, you got these dumb, worthless Negroes, and it ain't even got to be out of Africa, because you can see some in the indigenous community. Same thing in the religious dichotomy. You know what I'm saying? There's no harmony, no balance. There's nothing. You know what I mean? It's just a play on everything. Let me. There's a term, right? Arab Zionist, and it's real. While the term Arab Zionist can be used to describe individuals of Arab descent who support Zionism, a prominent example of an Arab Zionist in history would be Chaim Weizmann. Chaim Weizmann, yes. Y'all thought he was just a regular old fucking Jew. Well, most of these people are regular old fucking Jews. They're converts, okay, who signed the Faisal-Weizmann Agreement. Do y'all know what that is? With Emir Faisal. And that was in 1919. You could say Satan, Hashatan, whatever the fuck name you want to use. Them, they, lizard, what, I don't care. All right. Bigfoot, goddamn. When all the world was being destroyed, they had to, in order to accomplish what they did in the early 1900s, from the mid to 1800s, late 1800s, they had to have pacts and agreements. The treaties with our people, they sat there and they knew they were going to change up on them. Because you got to remember, the first lynchings were light-skinned folk who were parlay to this land. All right? And they had to get rid of them first. They were warning bells. When you want to talk about the real, how do you say it? The redcoats are coming, Paul Revere's. See, and then right after that, they had the incubator babies and all of them in their 20s. All right? Fighting, there's other wars going on after the fake-ass three cousins, because I told you they fight. You know, when you look at Russia, Prussia, Germany, and UK, you know, Germany whooped their ass. And then here the fuck we go. And so when those bastards come back, where do you think all the lynching and shit kick off? They got you believing that all of it was kicking off in the 1800s. I told you the first people lynched here were light-skinned folk, white folk, if that's what you want to call yourselves or you want to call them. All right? And then with us, after us, somewhere in there with us was the Chinese, and that's why they went to Mexico. And, you know, you got the mixed chinos. And then after that, it was the Mexicans, and the Mexicans started turning on the Chinese who went underground, because everybody back then knew about underground. Everybody knows about these grand tunnels all up under America, going all over the place. Everyone back then knew it. This is you at y'all don't fucking know it. Okay, so if something pops off, y'all don't know where to fucking go. So these individuals, that's how they did it. They cultivate, they show them things y'all don't get to see. Some of you probably would shit yourselves and drop dead. You saw. It's more than one astronaut besides the one that I went to the school I went to. Okay, more than him that had a stroke, heart attack out there in Antarctica, and he says pure evil, and then not too long after that he's dead. Who started telling the truth about we didn't go to the moon? Buzz Aldrin started telling the truth. He wasn't the only one. The other ones who said it was a big scheme, they burnt them up with liquid oxygen in the fucking fake ass, the fake ass capsule. Twitch never comes back off of something. It comes out of a bag C-130 or something. It comes out of a fucking plane. Those in the military, you should know that. While the world's running around in a hogwash of stupidity, I learned that in Edinburgh, Scotland when I was in the fucking military. I heard a whole lot of shit. I can't say everything on here. I just can't. A lot of times I don't talk about anything because people act like they know shit. So, when I'm out there, when I was in Page on the res, I didn't say shit. I just let people walk around. They're frolicking little stupidity. Like, pay attention. You know what I mean? So, anyway, Chaim Weizmann, right? The president of the world, he was the president of the World Zionist Organization. Y'all really need to look into Zionism. And there's something else behind it, but it's dark and sinister. Weizmann played a key role in the Zionist movement and the development of the Balfour Declaration, which supported the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. Now, this agreement signed in 1919 was a landmark event in the history of Arab-Jewish relations as it called for the establishment of both an Arab and Jewish state in the region. You got to remember that the Zionists, who are not religious at all, who were walking around over there, they were smug, arrogant, just like these dumb motherfuckers, these walking around in costumes dealing with y'all now, because y'all refuse to come together. And then whenever you do, you got the FBI, they got these motherfucking Columbus to come out there and they want to, let's go and kill that one and kill that one. That doesn't stop shit. It forces the hand. And people are silent. There's things together that they will never know nothing about. I don't care about the cell phone and all that. They can sit there, well, these people don't have a tag and they don't have a cell phone. What are they really doing? We got to have people with boom mics that go beyond fucking 5 blocks. We got to be able to listen. You know what I'm saying? They don't have TVs or nothing. They don't want none of that shit. And they know how to meet up. And they've been doing it longer than the fucking camera's been out. Okay? So these motherfuckers are on the head like they think they are. And these sellout Negroes ain't no different from these sellout Zionist, Palestinian, Arabs, Iran. There's all kind that wanted to be, who supported motherfucking Zionism. Yemens, and just a study. I'm giving you the information for you to look into it. All right. Down here, I want to go to this one. So Zionist attitudes towards the Arabs in 1902 until today. Well, the situation was changed by Theodor Herzl, who in the popular mind is identified as the father of Zionism. He wasn't. They killed him young too. In 1896. All right. Many Arab officials and Israelis, new historians, describe early Zionist attitudes toward the Arab population of Palestine as dismissive and arrogant. When you look at Ben Gurion's notorious, quotes, a long list of quotations from David Ben Gurion, which include following this motherfucker Ben Gurion. Y'all know what happened to him, right? How he had to step down. Anyway. Let me see. Let me run. Let me see. Let me pull it up. So I didn't mark it. I had to tap back on it. So. What are these little bugs, man? Get out of here. I don't want to kill you. Ben Gurion was Israel's George Washington. You hear that shit? And just he ain't no Negro anyway. And just as we know that Washington and other U.S. founding fathers, Washington was no fucking founding father, were slaveholders. No, he wasn't. And that Washington destroyed the town. Well, Negroes had the first Pelskin slaves. It's fact. Slavs. Indentured. They weren't slaves. POWs as well. the towns of Washington destroyed the towns of the Iroquois. Did y'all know that? It's hard to find a founding father, which is a lie. They had to make a whitewash narrative, take someone who was prominent to our ancestral heritage of Tartary, the Republic, and they had to create a fucking fable and a lie, a myth. While y'all running around dismissing what they say is a myth and accepting the myth, this is how it works out. Anyway, it's hard to find a founding father of any country born in war who did not, and this is how they established it, order ruthless acts. And Ben Gurion, because y'all grew up thinking Washington chopped down the cherry tree bullshit and all this other marvelous, wonderful shit. What the fuck, bro? Yeah, it ain't short. Gotta go out there. Oh, it got hot, bro. You know what? That right there. Give these some space. Hold on, guys. I might have to get one of these again. You know that? This one right here. This, yeah. I'm gonna let it cool off. Just gonna let it cool off for a minute. Anyway, right? People don't want to hear that because, you know, it's not what they've been programmed and conditioned to accept, right? So as far as they always want to push war, and any only way to do that is to make you believe that war is the most important thing. So where's it at? Slaveholders and that Washington destroyed the towns of the Iroquois. It's hard to find a founding father of any country born in war who did not order ruthless acts, and Ben Gurion was not of the same political stream as Hashamar Hatzar, Malpan. These are individuals, okay? Hashamar Hatzar, I can't pronounce the fuck's name, Malpan, Ehud, and Brit Shalom, Zionists with different ideas. These weren't religious motherfuckers. But when I raised similar facts and worse about the man who would have been the Palestinians' George Washington, Hajj Amin al-Hassini, and Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, who was actively allied with Hitler and advocated genocide against the Jews, McReynolds' comrades, because you remember that children were being stolen, and y'all didn't know that, right? Comrades wouldn't hear of it, downplayed his role, and called me nasty names. Not all, but most of these quotes came after the Arabs had launched their violent efforts to crush the Yishuv in late 47. Listen to this. After the Arabs had launched their violent efforts to crush the Yishuv in late 1947, and then to destroy the state of Israel after this declaration of independence in May 48. It's not surprising that Ben Gurion would say some hyperbolic things after the Arabs had irrevocably shown their hand by launching their attacks. They were pushed to. Children were coming up missing. People were being murdered in their beds by the Zionists. Fuck monkeys. And the conditioning of the Talmud and all that, and the secret young compare, all those things were real. That's what they're not going to write about it. Maybe a few will come and tell the truth, but they're not going to write about it. That's the reason why they struck back at these motherfuckers. They welcome in with open arms because they'd already been going there. You know, gentrification. They had already been going there and visiting, just like they do in your communities. You dumb motherfucking Negroes allow them because you got your mammies and pappies stay their heads up the church's asses and sell out Negroes, especially ones that the feds get who they lock up because of drugs and all the other worthless things that these monkeys did. Now, to sum up my reaction, the Jews were engaged in a life or death struggle with the Arabs of Palestine, mostly because of the choice of the latter. Bullshit. And y'all know that by now. Selected quotes of one leader are not representative of an entire spectrum of parties and factions that equally saw themselves as Zionists. They might not even be so representative of his movement or even of him. They were uttered in times of extreme pressure, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, before there was any Zionists over there, it was established with the fake Christians because who do you think pushed the religion? Who do you think brought it? Who do you think, when we were talking about earlier, the pen, right? Who gave you your fucking religion? And then a lot of you Pelicans running with it because it's just so befitting, because you look at your skin color and go, oh, it was great. I was all. And then they make you look down on some people that original, and you have no fucking idea about, because you had nothing to do with those wars. Hell, you won't even hear it. So you get a different purpose to look down on somebody who built this great country. We already went over. There's hundreds of individuals know that my ancestors built this motherfucker. Not no native goddamn American. They played their role over there, and they don't even know their history, because the fall of Tartary, the betrayal, the Crimean War, which is before that, the war before the war, established this shit. And that's why they had to take babies, and then they had to do some foul things. Why do you think in the Talmud they feel it's okay to have sex with little babies and shit? Why are y'all still, running towards that direction of fucking fictional factual lies? Hey, Dan, what's up, bro? So let's see if anybody else came in. There's a whole lot more here. I just wanted to tap on this one. So what did David Ben-Gurion say? If I were an Arab leader, I would never sign an agreement with Israel. It is normal. We have taken their country. It is true. God promised it to us. But what God? That's what y'all don't have an idea. Who you think guided these motherfuckers to do the shit they did? They weren't smart enough to do this shit. It is true. God promised it to us. But how could that interest them? Our God is not theirs. This is Ben Gurion. There has been anti-Semitism. The Nazis, Hitler, Auschwitz. But what was that their fault? They see but one thing. We have come and we have stolen their country. Why would they accept that? David Ben-Gurion, the first Israeli prime minister, I hate saying Israeli, anyway, quoted by Nahum Goldman in Le Paradoxe Juif, the Jewish Paradox, on page 121. Let us not ignore the truth among ourselves. Politically, we are the aggressors, and they defended themselves. Hello? The country is theirs because they inhabit it. Whereas we want to come here and settle down. And in their view, we want to take away from them their country. Behind the terrorism by the Arabs is a movement which, though primitive, is not devoid of idealism and self-sacrifice. David Ben-Gurion, quoted on page 91, verse 2 of Chomsky's Faithful Triangle, which appears in Simha Flappan's Zionism and the Palestinians. That's a book. On papers on pages 144 and I guess chapter 2, citing a 1938 speech. We must do everything to ensure they, the Palestinians, never do return. Just like the American Negro, the actual autochthonous American Indian here. And they got enough idiots who think and they're settlers. Because I told you, it was a war we've been fighting over almost 400 years, and they all settled. That's why they partial out parts of Russia, France, even here in UK and so on. Spain, Portugal. Why y'all couldn't figure that the fuck out? Because they were feeding you a bunch of fucking bullshit. And the reason why you're still here is because they couldn't defeat you fuckers. But now they probably, I don't know. Well, a lot of our people are mixed up with them as well. So it's a little difference. That's a big difference, actually. And they're aware of this shit. And they're aware that all these people are becoming aware because of 23andMe and all this other dumb shit. People realizing, damn, I got some African, I got some black. They don't even know that the blood they have in is actually indigenous. And then they're unaware of what their blood quantum or the blood type is to pay attention when you start getting to the R1B1 shit and all that other goofy shit. O negative and O positive. Strictly mostly here. I mean, you got 1 point something billion, 8 billion Africans, right? So do the math. And then you got a lot of our people over there who aren't aware, and then those who are aware. Anyway, let's finish reading, right? Which, though primitive, is not devoid of idealism and self-sacrifice. Now, David Ben-Gurion is quoted on page 91, chapter 2 of Chomsky's Faithful Triangle, which I gave to you. And we must do everything to ensure they, the Palestinians, never do return. David Ben-Gurion, in his diary, 18th July 1948, quoted in Michael Bar Zohar's Ben Gurion. You got to look at these, listen to these names. The Armed Prophet, Prentice Hall, 1967, page 157. Ben Gurion also warned in 1948, assuring his fellow Zionists that Palestinians will never come back to their homes. The old will die and the young will forget. You think they don't know what the fuck they're doing? We should prepare to go over to the offensive. Our aim is to smash Lebanon, Transjordan, and Syria. The weak point is Lebanon, for the Muslim regime is artificial and easy for us to undermine. We shall establish a Christian state there, and then we will smash the Arab Legion. We will establish a Christian state there. Then we will smash the Arab Legion, eliminate Transjordan. Syria will fall to us. Hello. And we then bomb and move on and take Port Said and Alexandria and Sinai. David Ben Gurion, May 1948, to the General Staff, from Ben Gurion, a biography by Michael Ben Zohar, Delacorte, New York, 1978. They used the most righteous people of the land, all you dumb niggas in New York and everywhere else. And y'all still, well, you know the ones who were no good. And y'all still giving them proxy. They're dead already, sadly. If I knew that it was possible to save all the children of Germany by transporting them to England and only half by transferring them to the land of Israel, I would choose the latter. For before us lies not only the numbers of these children, but the historical reckoning of the people of Israel. It's not a matter of maintaining the status quo. We have to create a dynamic state oriented towards expansion. It's Ben Gurion, 1948, y'all. And they stuck to that shit. Every school child knows that there is no such thing in history as a final arrangement, not with regard to the regime, not with regard to borders, and not with regard to international agreements. I mean, Ye said he's a Zionist, but on a different plateau. So y'all not paying attention. He learned things. Ben Gurion, War Diaries, 12/3/1947. Following Israel's acceptance of the UN, who you think was control of it? Partition of 11/29/1947, Simha Flappin, birth of Israel. Birth. It didn't exist. They're the liars. Now, we walked outside, Ben Gurion accompanying us. Alan repeated his question, what is to be done with the Palestinian population? Ben Gurion waved his hand, and the Geshe said, dry them out. Yitzhak Rabin leaked censored versions of Rabin's memoirs published in the New York Times, 23rd October 1979. You can still pull it up. Partition. After the formation of a large army in the wake of the establishment of the state, we will abolish partition and expand to the whole of Palestine. Ben Gurion, page 22, The Birth of Israel, 1987, Simha Flappin. You can look it up. Now, the acceptance of partition does not commit us to renounce Transjordan. One does not demand from anybody to give up his vision. We shall accept a state of the boundaries fixed today, but the boundaries of Zionist aspirations are the concerns of the Jewish people, and no external factor will be able to limit them. That's in the book as well. And The Birth of Israel, 1987, Simha Flappin. That's the book. All right, The Birth of Israel. October 1936, during the Jewish Agency executive meeting, Ben Gurion arguing in favor of transfer as a policy, he said, we are not a state and Britain will not do it for us, although there is nothing wrong in the idea. Now, you know, West Side pulled it up. I expressed to him, and been telling people long before it was established, they were going to start murdering Palestinians to take the land. They had already done it everywhere else, but they had looked at 7 other countries, and one of the last ones being Uganda. I think Haiti was in there too. I forget. Anyway, October 1936, during the Jewish Agency executive meeting, Ben-Gurion arguing in favor of transfer as a policy. He said, "We are not a state, and Britain will not do it for us, although there is nothing wrong in the idea." Now, if it was permissible to move an Arab from the Galilee to Judea, why it is impossible to move an Arab from Hebron to Transjordan, which is much closer? There are vast expanses of land there, and we are overcrowded. Even the High Commission agrees to a transfer to Transjordan, and if we equip the peasants with land and money, niggas, if the Peel Commission and the London government accept, we'll remove the land problem from the agenda. You know about what they did over here, right? With your ancestral land, the soil, brothers and sisters. It's all illegal, but y'all so divided. The Arabs, Ben-Gurion claimed, would not become landless as a result of Zionist land acquisition. They would be transferred to Transjordan. Now, October 29, 1936, the 21-member of the Jewish Agency executive endorsed the proposal of a transfer of displaced Arab farmers to Transjordan. Only 2 of the 4 non-Zionist members opted to dissent, flapping Zionism and the Palestinians, citing protocols of the executive meeting. And that's on page 261 in that same book, okay? Excuse me. 12th July 1937, Ben-Gurion entered in his diary, "The compulsory transfer of the Arabs from the valleys of the proposed Jewish state could give us something which we never had, even when we stood on our own feet during the days of the first and the second temple." A Galilee free from Arab population. Ben-Gurion went so far to write, "We must prepare ourselves to carry out the transfer." It emphasizes, all right, an original. When you look at 27 July 1937, Ben-Gurion wrote in a letter to his 16-year-old son Amos, "We have never wanted to dispossess the Arabs, but because Britain is giving them part of the country which has been promised to us, it is fair that the Arabs in our state be transferred to the Arab portion." It is very possible that it wasn't Britain's place to give nobody shit. Just like you got these idiots running around talking about 1776. You motherfuckers didn't fight nobody here. We've been fighting all of y'all. That's why you're still under the crown. They manipulated and changed and brought in a whole new people. You don't even fucking know that. Ben-Gurion, in an address to the Central... Excuse me. It is very possible the Arabs of the neighboring countries will come to their aid against us, but our strength will exceed theirs, not only because we will be better organized and equipped, but because behind us there stands a still larger force, superior in quantity and quality, the whole younger generation of Jews from Europe and America. Ben-Gurion, Zekonet members, you can look into that, all right, and see also Tevet, Ben-Gurion, and the Palestinian Arabs, okay? Now, Ben-Gurion, in an address to the Central Committee of the Histadot on 30th December, 1947, in the area allocated to the Jewish state, there are not more than 520,000 Jews and about 350,000 non-Jews, mostly Arabs. Together with the Jews of Jerusalem, the total population of the Jewish state at the time of its establishment will be about 1 million, including almost 40% non-Jews. Such a population composition does not provide a stable basis for a Jewish state. This demographic fact must be viewed in all its clarity and acuteness. With such a population composition, there cannot even be absolute certainty that control will remain in the hands of the Jewish majority. There can be no stable and strong Jewish state so long as it has a Jewish majority of only 60%. All a bunch of converts, motherfuckers who ain't got one bit of bloodline to shim or anything. And what do? You give them snacks and you give them, like they said at the cathedral, right? You give them a show. You give them all these beautiful things, these ugly things, and you meet their needs, and you give them a religion where people are nurturing them, and they're going to perform. This this is real strong. I got to get another one tomorrow. I'll probably cut off tonight and be wrapped up and keep warm. But anyway, there's a lot more. If you want to read this, this is all you have to do is go to, for Progressive Israel, Ben Gurion's notorious quotes, their polemical uses and abuses. Okay, let me see. Yeah, John, Timothy, Ezekiel. Yeah, but anyway, here. No, what is that? Okay, here we go. Yeah. All right. Just want to come on and share that. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. Hey, what's happening? Sharon, I got you there. Carrie, Daniel, City. Actually, BRP. Okay. Yeah, Dragon Sage. Is that Engine Radio? What's going on, beloved? Hold on. I just realized something. I my apologies. I got Shay City, right? Yeah. See how's up in the, yeah, he's right over here. Hey, what's going on? Dragon Sage, man. What does that say, man? What is that? It looked like it say Mixie Brip. I don't know what it says. Is that what's going on, beloveds? Anyway, I hope that was informative. There are Zionists and there are people who betray their own, just like here. Now, we look at Diddy, right? Somebody said that Diddy's a Haitian or some I don't know what the fuck he is. I just know that he got involved in the perversions of it all. Just like Quincy Jones and so on and so on and so on. You see it before your eyes and you deny it. The thing is, you get into that place, you get trapped off. You see what I'm saying? You get trapped the fuck off. I would say if Kanye's out there, y'all should really be protective of him. I think he's in Japan. Y'all should be doing your best, but you got a lot of ego, dirty, no good, dumb motherfuckers who all they want to do is chase the bag instead of chasing what's really beneficial. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of dumbasses, you know? I mean, I'm just pointing that out. You know what I'm saying? They're not amigo. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick back. I'm gonna eat some potato chips, man. I like to have olives, badass green olives with garlic and potato chips. I ain't got no olives, man. I was looking at it. I gotta throw those away. Well, no, no olives. Well, okay, there's two in there. Okay, all right. Well, I could eat them. But I'm gonna have me some motherfucking hot, spicy motherfucking tater chips. But oots, that's Jewish. I'm gonna fuck them 3 olives up with it too. Anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time. Come listen to old fogey like me. Excuse the language. You know, to me, this is not cussing. This don't mean shit. Only to the broken and the mentally desperate and afflicted who think they're in control. It means something to them. Okay? So I appreciate you guys. I hope that stays on. Okay. Yeah, it's not hot. It might go off tonight. So anyway, I'll get another one tomorrow. We gotta go to line. I gotta go all the way off to Witch Garden and pick up the wood. Didn't get it the other day because I was 6-7 hours to get a goddamn card, yo. 3 hours one way, 3 hours back. We ate. You can't make this up. All right. So I appreciate you guys. See y'all in the AM. I'm gonna be real quick in the AM, yo, because I want to get out there and get the fuck back. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Sharon, no problem. They run a lot. Shit, yeah. Hey, you gotta tell them naggers, man. You gotta tell them naggers, man. You gotta break it down to them, man. They don't have to accept it, but the reality is reality. And their ignorance is the reason why. And some of them, they got control over their ass. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, can't knock the hustle. You can't knock the hustle. I know y'all probably think I'm raging. No, man, not at all. I mean, I have the things that I'm aware of, and that's just what it is. I have the things that, yeah, without saying a whole lot. But, shit is what it is, I think it might be this wire is new, too, and I think it draws on a lot, even if it ain't nothing plugged up. That's kind of weird. This is a strong-ass cable right here, and I probably need to unplug this motherfucker. Hook that other weak son bitch up. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to see if I can watch something without this shit going blip. And I'm tired. Y'all can tell I'm tired. Let me get some rest. The moon's right over top. They had to position their little goofy satellite like it means something the fuck to me. Not at all. And I appreciate you guys. Well, when they were colonizing them damn slaves from North Africa, and still some with the Moors. Damn right. Gotta run it. Yeah, go ahead, Wave. Y'all already know, man. Y'all got cheap this time. Ain't nobody donated. I had to because I gotta get the screws and stuff, and that's why I'm saving a lot of that, because you guys hooked me up. So, but as far as books, I ain't get damn. I just ordered 2 books. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna order these, and I think I used like $15 for a book, because somebody's like, you can use this for $25, you can use this for that and that. So I took $15 of that, put it over for the screws. So I'm gonna have to order some American-made screws and nails, because them Chinese shits be bending and stripping and breaking and shit. That's how they did to Germany, these dumb fucks. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, and see y'all in the AM. Appreciate that, Dev, really do. People been cheap with $1. I mean, look, I don't knock nobody's hustle. You can do it I wouldn't care whatever you donate. It's gonna go to a book. I mean, it takes a lot for the wood and all that, so don't even sweat that. I'm about to put on my sweats, my sleeping sweats, my PJs, and I'll see y'all in the AM. All right? Have a good evening.